if I feel there is nothing much to talk with that person,
then you won't talk.
we we got the guns and hey, what's the problem?
So which one
So,
is Bathiya?
No, hold on. I will answer that too, right? There was a lot of love and celebration within the family. I'm not talking just the four of us. It's a very nice thing. This is in the Tirukkural.
Tirukkural.
Okay? Tirukkural.
Oh, you know Tirukkural also.
Here and there, because I know some of my friends who are, because I'll tell you, AKD. I think I've told you.
AKD உங்களுக்கு president. Thank you. Then what can I end? So this show is called Unmute.
Unmute.
And I would like to invite you.
So you're going to unmute me.
I'm going to unmute you. I've already invited you, but yet I'm trying to unmute you. But I know that will not happen, knowing you for the past 20 years. Unmuting is a task for me, so I'm not going to go there. But I have a set of audience, Santhosh Iyer. So I would like to introduce you to those audience, especially in India. So you are one of the pioneer musicians in our country. Santhush Weeraman goes as a brand, Bathiya Santhush. Have given platforms to many artists, have created big careers for many artists, including me. And I am very, very happy that you and Bathiya both launched me as a young budding singer without knowing singing, encouraging me to do whatever I loved, and I did it. And it's all because of you. With hundreds of hits, hundreds of collaborations, so many collections of albums. Now you guys are into big shows, event organizing, management, everything, whatnot. So thank you so much for coming and joining me.
Thank you very much for that heartfelt introduction. I think you have had immense talent. Right? We just gave our assistance, gave you some direction, and rest is something what you did on your own. So, and I think it's our utmost pleasure and it's our happiness to see where you are today, and that's because of your talent. And hats off for that. And I am very proud of that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now I always had this thought, right? Whenever I see you, like in shows, concerts, whenever I come to your studio, whenever I sit on a corner and observe you, you are a very quiet person, but you had such amazing charisma. And I always felt like, why this man is not getting into acting? And you had nice curly hair at the time. So I always thought, why this man is not getting into acting? Have you ever had the idea to get into acting? Because if I'm doing a movie, I would love to approach you for a cast.
Actually, there were a couple of times that I was called. EAP called me a couple of times to act. Rosa Kelly and Piambannasa was one. Hiripodavasa was one. And they did call me a couple of times. But for some reason, my passion was singing. And I felt my talent was in singing, and what I loved was music and singing.
Yeah.
Acting was another discipline. And I don't know whether I had the skill to do that. And I don't know, I have not tested and tried it. Only time I do it is when I do the music videos. Then yes, we do, do all those things and try to act here and there.
You know why I asked you this question?
Yeah.
Because whenever you walk into a premise, it can be a studio, it can be a show, or it can be just a podcast like this you're walking in. When you walk in, Mata Oliving Mavanna, I can actually imagine like you're walking with your sleepy eyes and that thing that when you come, there's a background music going every time you walk in. I always felt like, okay.
Yeah, frankly, there have been times where, there was one particular, couple of videos when we did, Lassana Desak.
Yeah.
That is a place where, with the director, we thought, okay, shall we do some acting?
Acting. And then did you do that?
And we yeah, we got the guns and hey,
Oh.
what's the problem? I know.
Okay.
But
So
we did here and there, but that is another forte. That's another discipline.
right.
I don't know. Still, I do like to test the waters, right? Maybe might do something in the future, but my main interest has been music.
Yeah.
But I must say, Dinesh, I mean, I like what is behind the camera,
Right.
right?
Uh,
And
but you're always in the front of the camera.
I know,
Every music
I
video.
know. Say if you take my mom, my mother's father, then my mother's grandfather, great grandfather,
Right.
all of them are in the photographic field.
Photography field. Yeah.
So they own the oldest
You have a studio in
photographic studio
Timlikasai
in
also. I know. I've been there.
the
Yeah.
country. And when I was small, I grew up behind the camera.
Camera. Okay.
Whenever the film was, was just about to fill 34, 35, or I mean, let's say after 30 frames, then we know that they're going to unload the film. So then me and my brother would go and say, here, we'll tell the photographer, can you finish the reel? Shall we sit in front and give you some poses?
Those days.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is sometimes there would be this urgent sitting.
Right.
And they will take the photograph. And then after the thing, now we are in the studio watching this person taking the photograph, maybe some urgent passport or something like that. Right. And then suddenly the photographer says, we are going to clean this and start,
Right.
developing the film. And they're like, 10 shots left. They're like, hey, 10 shots left. Gun. We go.
How old were you that? How old were you? Like how young are you?
I don't know. I was 4 years when I developed my first black and white film with the people in the dark room and the black and white developer, and so I grew up.
So this is not new to you. It's like been
Photography and film is something it's like an extension. But looking at photographs and then, saying that the lighting is not there or the smile was not right or like talking about the features and this and that.
I know that I've gone through that.
That's like that was like a normal thing when I was growing up.
Right, right.
Right. And then watching people taking photographs back at the studio, setting up they set up the lights, the light and shade and the angles and the entire thing. So I can go on with hundreds and one stories of photography. It's really nice.
Lovely.
And just imagine, right? Those days there were no digital there were no digital films,
yeah.
right? So and on a auspicious day, there'll be about 70, 80, 100 weddings.
Right.
So back, starting during the 1990s in Sri Lanka, 1890s, until this whole digital thing came, people came to the studio to take their wedding photograph.
Yes.
So brides starting from 4 o'clock in the morning till 12 in the night, there are wedding couples coming taking
in.
photographs. The entire
big business.
Yeah, so they come and they take the shots and go. So imagine, and these people need to take all 100 of them or whatever, right? So the thing is, you take the shot, you don't see what you've taken, right? So if it's like a black and white photograph, you set up the entire thing, put the lights, everything. Okay, the shots are there. Then you take this thing, you will load it into that big camera, right? Those wooden, tall, big cameras, and then the shutter speed, right? Your aperture, everything is controlled by yourself. So the lighting is done. Okay, this is there. Okay, this is the amount. Okay, and then it is with your hand that you control the exposure.
Right.
So there's a lot of soul in it.
Oh, lot of soul,
Yeah,
lot of art.
love, lot of soul. It's more than the technical part. So something that I understood about art from those small days, my uncles, to my mom, to my, let's say, uncles and my grandfather, what I've heard, what they've spoken about is, it is not only about the technical part. Technical is important. That is your base, right? You need to know that. But then the finer the whole thing comes out when you can connect with that, with your soul.
Right. Okay.
Right. So
from there you've traveled this far.
Yeah, so it's always been that.
No,
So
because you have always implemented that idea in your music and in your passion and whatever you did. Now I have a very serious question.
Ask me anything.
Okay, then I will ask. So, okay, the question is this. You guys started in Showboat or showboat, right? If I'm not wrong.
Actually, we started, serious music started for us back at Mary and David.
Marianne.
Right?
Okay.
So I joined her when I was around 13 years. 12, 13, I won the All Island singing competition. Then my parents sent me there. So with her, I learned operatic jazz, Broadway, all that kind of stuff. Then Bathiya came. Bathiya also joined there. So we both became, good friends. And that is the place we started, our friendship. Plus, that's the place, I would say, we got exposed to some serious music.
How long do you know Bathiya?
My God, now maybe almost more than 30, 40 years, I
30
guess.
years. So now, so this is my question. So we knew you. That time I was working for a small institute as a computer instructor. So ඒ දවසට තමයි සිරිසංගබෝ දී සින්දු ආවේ. Then everybody was talking about this song, and I am a huge fan of that song.
Yeah.
And then they were saying, these two guys, this guy called Bathiya and Santhush, they come to showboat and sing arrogant fellows. They will they'll come and show off. Make very hard to talk to them. That was the time you did Vasante also. The song goes on
Yes,
TV.
yes. That is the first song we did. Yeah.
Vasante,
Yeah.
that one. So we had this thing that thinking that Bhati and Santhush are very arrogant young boys. Who will
Really?
not, yeah, that's what I
my
thought
God.
in the initial stage until the day that I saw you. So there were
I
talks
thought the others were arrogant to us.
not really. But tell me, are you seriously a person who picks and chooses who you want to talk, who you don't want to talk? Like, do you have it? Nothing. No,
No. I think
not even once, right? Like,
no. It's like this. If I feel there is nothing much to talk with that person,
then you won't talk.
then I might not talk. I wouldn't say it might be more diplomatic now. If I feel there is
Diplomatic,
not
you
much
can't be
to
diplomatic.
talk, then I might talk, but
Right.
not to the extent that I will want to talk.
Like how you talk to me.
Right, but if I find it interesting, if I find it fulfilling, if I find gratification in that, and then yes, I will talk. And let's say if someone needs something, they need something or to help something, you will talk. But then sometimes talking alone is not going to help everything in life, right? Sometimes you need some time for yourself also to think. So when you're talking all the time, you can't think, right? Because I'll tell you, AKD. I think I've told you.
AKD உங்களுக்கு president. Thank you. Mama, then what can I say?
ADK, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Because there is so much of AKDU here around.
It's okay. I'm
Whom do you
enjoying
want
it.
to be, the president or ADK?
I would love to be the president one day if a Tamil
One
guy
day,
can become a
one
president.
day. Right. So I was saying, the most beautiful things in life, right? We miss those things because we engage with everyone.
Everyone.
The most beautiful things in life, even though we see it, for us to understand how beautiful it is, you need to engage with yourself, think about it, understand the beauty within. Then you see the inner depth of the beauty. So for that to happen, you need to spend some time with yourself, with what you've seen. Right? You see a butterfly. You see small, you see the, I'm telling you the stuff that, that children see. Right? I'm telling you the most simplest things.
You sound like Sadhguru.
No, this is the real thing. This is what we're missing, right? Because what actually stimulates us? What creates beauty within us to everything? When we see the beauty that has been created for us. By whom?
By you.
No.
Then?
By the mother nature or the creator or whatever you want to call.
Yeah.
But that's the real beauty.
So is that why you don't talk much to everybody?
No. That's not the reason I don't talk. What I'm just saying is nowadays we are not engaging with that. Right? It has been getting seldom because let's say, okay, I'll go to that. What I'm trying to say is we don't engage in that. Unfortunately, the current generation, what are they exposed to? What do they see? What do they look at? We don't see what we need to see. We see Nowadays generation, they
You're
see
fed.
you're fed. They see what they are shown.
They're shown.
Shown by whom?
Mm.
By people.
Yeah.
People create it. The beauty or whatever created by people, right? It has gone to AI, right? That is something very artificial. But we don't see the real thing. So apart from us seeing what the real thing created by the creator or the mother nature or whatever, we don't see it. So you need to see that, then your mind, all this. I mean, I'll tell you a very simple example. Isaac Newton's that apple falling down. Imagine how many times have things fallen on our heads. Have we ever thought about it? No. We say, man, who hit that? Who was that? How did it fall? Then it stops. Do we ever think, why did it fall? We don't think. So such simple things, he discovered gravity. Imagine how many things that we can discover, or how many things that we have missed in life in terms of art or science or whatever. So
That's the thing.
so now you're asking me why I'm not talking so much.
Now
I
you
do
spoke,
talk. Now I spoke a whole load.
I felt like I'm in some Sadguru, but
No, but
you're
this is
you're a
the
very philosophical person.
no,
Huh?
but
Like,
think Dinesh, right?
uh,
The future. Now during the during the during the mechanical revolution, during the 15th century, 16th century, suddenly there was like an explosion of ideas, everything, and suddenly people were 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 were, were trying to connect with the future of what was there in reality with the world, right? To see what could happen, how can we make it efficient or effective, or that next big thing.
right.
So now, but at least they were connected with the real thing. Now where are we? We are disconnected with the real thing and trying to find the next big thing.
Okay, I
What's
get
going
it.
to happen?
Nothing going to happen.
That is where we are. Then our future is connected with an artificial thing, trying to find the next biggest thing.
My God.
Right? So this is where it's going. So now all these things you realize, you see, you feel, and there is art in this.
Were you a book in the previous?
No, I'm just saying.
Huh?
So this is, I think, as artists, this is what we need to think. This is what we need to feel. Our creations should stimulate the people. They should think. We should, inspire them. So music is not just a sound or a song that you want to dance or you just feel good. You need to give something more for
Right.
them to think, for them to turn back, change life, change world, change people.
Great. So when you said you have to inspire people, I have another thought or another question. Bathiya and Santhush are the biggest brand and the longest brand. Like you guys survived for all these years, and I'm sure when you run a business or when you be a team, you'll have arguments, issues, miscommunication, misunderstanding, not agreeing to something. And I myself have seen you and Bhatya having, heated conversations, but not ugly conversations. Let me put it that way.
Fair share of discussion.
Fair share of discussion, but you'll go like, "Me Santosh, you don't get it." Then you'll go like, "Machang, me mama ki indu vada like, all this will go. How did you put up with this for 20 over years? And what is the magic and the theory behind this friendship and this business? Because many people tried, including myself, and we failed miserably. To understand someone apart from your wife and who is a friend and also a business partner to run this far and run a business successfully, touch wood. And how did you manage this? What is the magic behind this whole friendship and business?
Well, it's like this. We started off with a similar goal, right? Wanting to create something out of music. And the main area that we fulfilled was Sri Lanka didn't have a sound which had its identity, but also had a global essence to it.
Right.
So short and sweet, Sri Lanka didn't have an international sound,
Yes,
but still felt very Sri Lankan. So that was our quest.
right.
Creating that sound that sounds very international,
You
that
did
sounds
it.
very aspiring, sounds
Yeah.
very cool with the rest of the world, but still it has that Sri Lankan feel to it.
Yeah.
So I strongly believe that South Asia is going to be the next biggest thing, right?
That time. That
It
time.
is, I mean, it has to happen, right? So India is our big brother, right? So, and the rest of the countries are around India. We need to, have that understanding, have that correlation, support each other, and go together. If the rest of us fail, the big brother feels that hurt. And there can be so many people who will want to create that hurt for them. And if you take the current situation, you can see the rest of the little brothers are falling. So the reason why we are falling, or why the reason for this situation, I think the real economists and the real political analysts will really know the whole story within. But something that as a nation, as South Asians, what we need to understand is we need to stick together with our big brothers and be together, because South Asia has so much to offer to the world, right? So if that is what's going to happen in South Asia, and Sri Lanka has so much to offer to South Asia and the world, because the art and the flavor and the technology and the culture, what you find in Sri Lanka has not yet been explored to the world, exposed, and it has not been explored either.
Right.
What I'm saying is something like this, right? Now, if you take, okay, let's go to music. Let's say pop to rock to jazz to reggae to Broadway to classical opera, then rags to all these things you have heard. If we name those things into countries, you have heard the Chinese music, you've heard the Indian music, you have heard all these different types of musics in the world. Then you'll say, no, those are big countries, so you know that. Okay, so let's say jazz, or let's say rap, or whatever global sounds, you've heard it, and those are global sounds and global markets and everything. But then,
When
okay,
you say
let's
Sri
say if I
Lankan,
tell you, no, then if I tell you, have you heard Aboriginal music? That's not like a global sound, but still you heard it. So now, in the business, right? In any business, you need to have something new, which is not artificial, which is something created by that earlier thing I told you, by the real thing, by the creator, or by that something real. So the last things, let's say maybe the pygmy sounds or the African sounds, even the African sounds, I think Paul Simon went to Africa and found tung, 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 till 8 in the evening. I think he discovered those sounds and brought them to the world. Bob Marley has taken the reggae. And so short and sweet, you tell me any sound, the sounds of the Amazon forest to the grooves and all those things, everyone has heard. So if you have to remix and create some novel thing, right, you need that, that whole foundation from some country. So in the recent past, K-pop came. So even Korean pop has been heard by the world. Tell me the sound that has not been heard by the world.
probably Sri Lankan sound.
Oh,
Oh,
so don't you think that's like a serious gem?
it is. It is.
So that is utmost potential, right?
So then you all did it together.
We have taken it to a certain extent, right? But then it's not only the music, right? Because we don't use Hindi as a regional, as a local language. Even in the South Asian region, Sri Lankan flavor has not been explored by the rest of the people in South Asia also. We are like this alien country within the center of South Asia. But still, even people in Bangladesh or Pakistan or Nepal or Bangkok, or let's say India, I don't think they really know the Sri Lankan thing, because we don't speak Hindi. So we have not been able to communicate with the rest of the region. So imagine the rest of the world,
Yeah, difficult.
right? So this is this tiny island with a history over 2,500 years old, right? And starting from all disciplines of health to history to no, let's say our say engineering, right? Then our cultural elements of music to art to architecture. This is one small island that has not been. It has not been.
Post.
Not. I think it has not exploded in the world. It's just some beautiful miracle island. So if you're an artist in that country,
And it is your duty,
I
or
think it's
your
our duty, and obviously we are just filled with so much of passion wanting to take this outside.
and you did
But
it.
finding that chemistry, finding that formula,
Was difficult.
that is what, as a country, we have yet not been able to crack it. Anything, I mean, let's say, I'm just saying, you take IKEA, right? IKEA has a particular formula. McDonald's has a particular formula. India, Rahman, to all these, brilliant musicians, they discovered that particular formula to take it to the world. He even, that is the reason Andrew Lloyd Webber feels, okay, I think I should get together with Rahman, because he's been able to read that formula, feel it, right? So every country, for example, K-pop got their formula together. So in Sri Lanka is yet to get there. We are slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. So once you get that formula, and when you perfect it right, and the rest of the things also, I mean, rest of the tangible things, the markets and the economics and everything put together, it will fly on to the world. So short and sweet, coming back to it, we've been in that quest, wanting to take Sri Lankan music forward, and I know this is a long answer I'm giving.
Yeah.
So your question was about me and Bathiya fighting and trying to get there.
Yeah.
So this whole thing has been our
Fight.
passion
And fight.
and our struggle.
Hmm.
So if this has been our struggle, having some small debate, some misunderstanding, isn't it a very minute thing now?
Yeah, very, very minute.
Now, can you, with all this explanation, now if I bring a small misunderstanding, can you see how minute it is?
I like this point. I was wondering, where is this
Where
going?
you're going, right? Now you bring any misunderstanding,
Thank you,
can you
thank
see
you.
how minute it is? Why? Because our depth of understanding where we want to go and what we see, how much of impact we can create within the world, the country, all those things. So, but if I tell you in a very layman way, for people to understand, whatever it is, we are two different people.
Yeah.
So I think it's about, we take decisions either with our head
Okay.
or with our heart.
Right.
Right? If you say, I like this purple color, you might say it because you have a idea that purple should fit in, my brand is purple, all those things. You have brought in purple with a rationale.
Right.
Or suddenly you've said purple because it's
It's nice.
your
Yeah.
say someone's favorite color, your grandma's favorite color,
Right.
and then suddenly you're saying purple. I'm saying no, it should be red or some other color. Now I need to understand, you're my partner, I need to understand now from which side are you coming. Are you saying this for a rational reason, or are you saying
For
it
your
because of
personal-
some
personal
personal
reasons.
emotional reason? If without understanding that, me trying to convince you with my thought, saying blue is the perfect color here, is it gonna work? No. So first thing is, I need to understand your argument. Is it a very irrational, emotional argument? Sometimes those things are also valid.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you can't explain it, but those emotional thing has some sense in it, right? So you have to give weightage to both. But if it's a rational thing, if the rational thing doesn't make sense, then I have to explain it to you rationally and say purple does not work because it has whatever other color, or it will really work, or whatever.
So this is how you work. You
So
both.
this is the way. So I mean, if it is a very emotional thing that you're saying, is it going to make any point trying to make you understand? Yeah, no matter what I say rationally, it's not going to. So I think this can be anything. Okay, it's a very nice thing. This is in the Tirukkural. Okay, Tirukkural.
Oh, you know Tirukkural also?
Here and there, because I know some of my friends who are learned in the Tamil literature. I say,
Okay.
There are 4 kinds of people. One, before you tell something, that person looks at you, he's understood. This is what you're going to tell me. So if you're working with someone like that, or married to someone, brilliant. Second, when you're saying that, he or she will understand. Right? Okay. There is a point in what you say. Okay, right, fine, done. Third one, you say something and like, no, it's not going to work. Why bullshit? This is not going to work. No, it's wrong. and you'll disagree, but then you'll go home, maybe after sleep next day, like,
Yeah,
I think there is something in what he said. Then he might or she might accept and say, here, I think what you said is right or wrong, I agree. Or might say, or might not even say, but then work around it. And then, okay, anyway, you said whatever you do, what you want, or whatever, work around it, maybe because of the ego, whatever, but somehow would not oppose it, but let it go like that, it'll happen.
So which one is Bathiya?
No, hold on. I will answer that too, right? 4 is you tell that
there's
person.
a fourth one.
Fourth one is you tell that person.
Uh,
Obviously not at the first time, second time, third time. Wouldn't understand. Fourth one will never understand, will never agree. Even if he or she agrees or not, won't even accept it.
Right.
Won't. Now that
is the difficult part.
you can't work.
You can't work. So now answer me, which one is Bathiya in out of these 4?
Okay, I'll be very, very, it's like this.
Third one?
No, I would say there are a lot of times when something is explained rationally, right? If it makes sense, he's like, okay, it makes sense, right? So 1, 2, 3, all those things are there, and I'm very lucky to work with a partner like
What
that.
a big answer. But thank you so much for taking time, because these are things that many don't talk. They come to the point straight away. But thank you for taking a lot of time.
Sorry for going around, but
Again, no. Again,
it's not just
no. But I'm very happy that we have a local Sadguru in our country. So.
No, not at all.
So okay, now there's another question that I want to ask. I've never gone through this Santhosh here, because I'm always there seated, and there's someone here asking me questions, and I've been answering questions all my life ever since you guys gave me a break, and I'm very happy for that. Now, I want to ask a question, okay? Because sometimes I'm so sorry, this is something that I'm not comparing or anything. Whenever I see you, this actor called Vijay comes into my mind, right? There's one movie called Gilli, and there's one movie called what do you call Kuruvi. In both these movies, he looks like how you looked when you were young. You're still young, but that's how you look. So I wanted to ask you that recently he made a statement. The statement is that about, with all due respect, I'm a huge fan of him, and I really adore what he's doing and everything. He said that whatever it is on his political campaign, he mentioned that we need our Kachetivu back, is what he said. What is your take on that? Because I asked the same question to Bathiya also. No, I'm not trying to provoking. I'm not trying to talk political stuff, but I just want to ask these basic questions to people so that we all know where we stand. So I want an answer from you.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to tell me history, but still tell me.
I think the first thing that you said, so there have been a couple of people, a lot of people who have told me, okay, you have a bit of Vijay. And there are people who like Vijay a lot, and they like me also. I said, why? No, you're a bit like Vijay. So I have always liked Vijay.
You also like Vijay? Okay,
so I always like Vijay. Has been one reason for me to watch Tamil movies. Right? And I think he's phenomenal.
So I'll tell you one, before you go into that, I'll tell you one dialogue. Can you tell me the dialogue?
No, I can't.
Tamil, just try.
No, I can't.
Let's just say, Uruvati.
Uruvati.
Mudivu pantana.
என்
பேச்ச நானே கேட்க மாட்டேன். என் பேச்ச நானே கேட்க மாட்டேன். Now tell me about Kachetivu. Come.
Right. So basically, and I think he is a phenomenal actor, and I think Sri Lanka loves him. Right. And right now, we as a country need to understand he is facing an election. Right. So when you're facing an election, there are certain things that you need to address for the interest of that particular party. He's not doing elections in Sri Lanka. He's doing elections over there. So there are certain things that you need to say to their interest. Right? And when you're addressing a cross-section, right? It is not easy to say a general statement. Right? Now, if you I'm sure if you have a detailed, very personal conversation with him, with his plan for Kachatiyo, I'm sure it will be about sharing. It will be about how to exist as two countries, how we could share and exist. Because that has been the case for Sri Lanka and India right throughout. Right? So when he's making a general statement, he might have to make a general statement on those lines. So we need to understand that he is facing elections. Right? As a country, I don't think we should not have any less love for him for what we've had before and even now. Right? Because when it comes to the final moment of that, I'm sure that Sri Lanka and India, with regard to Kachatiw, we can find a good understanding to share our natural resources. Right? We are a small country and India is a big country. We have always had shared our things because the positioning of Sri Lanka is important to India. If you take the history, when King Ashok, right, made his strategy for defense, Sri Lanka was a part of it. Right? Sri Lanka being a sovereign state was a part of it. Right throughout the history of 3,000 years, Sri Lanka has mostly remained as a separate state.
Right.
And that has benefited India strategically.
Right.
Right? So, it is important for India to safeguard Sri Lanka also. And also it is important for us to understand how a big country like India faces their challenges and support them also. And also, as Sri Lanka, we need to have our sovereign state and we need to protect the rights of our people. And it's all about understanding, coming to an understanding with people in India, how to share our resources, the entire resources of South Asia. And that should be the thinking. And I'm sure Vijay also has the same sentiments.
No, because I didn't expect this from you. I thought like, but I really appreciate the fact that you put it in this way, and I really appreciate the fact that you understood the situation. I can see that you see a bigger picture. Now, I also wanted to ask you, the people who are slamming on this particular topic, there I see a lot of people saying, we don't have to give, or we don't even have to talk about it. But there are some people, without knowing the exact history, talking very badly, very ill, putting down some race, altogether. Because we all are living here as brothers and sisters in harmony. I have seen some people saying, may Demala minister Tagan. Like, I've seen videos like that. What do you have to say to people like that? Why would they have to say such thing? Vijay Marano, Arkar. No, these are all unnecessary. I'm not talking about Vijay here, but what would you advise them or tell them to these type of people who are having these type of because these are all coming on TikToks. We can see on TikToks people are slamming him, scolding him. That's okay. You have all the race to scold, but you can't put a race down. You get what I'm saying? You can't put a race down. So that's my question.
As a developing nation in the region, all of us, right? And something that we should, not only Sri Lanka, I'm talking of India, Bangladesh, the entire region, something that we need to understand is, right now, how does the media work with social media?
Yeah.
Right? And social media is not controlled by us.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
So, thoughts, ideas can be provoked, can be created.
Right.
Right? And so that space is there. What we need to do, what we need to understand is this. I'll give you a very, very, very basic, simple example, very small example, right? This used to happen back in my class. Right? Now, you go to a class and there are about 4-5 people who are making noise all the time, right? They've come from the spaces of, where they make a lot of noise. And then you ask them, what is the sport you like? They say, we like soccer, we like football, and they'll shout.
Right.
So out of these 40 boys, these 6 to 7 boys are shouting, saying soccer, soccer. Just 5, 5, 6 boys shouting soccer. So this someone comes and write, grade 8H, they like football.
Right.
Now is that statement right?
I don't think so.
It's wrong.
Uh-huh.
Does that representation means that 8 people sounding like that, is that the representation of 8H? No. So someone addressing like a particular race and talking like that, you have to understand that is not everyone's representation.
Yeah.
No, that is just 1 or 2 people talking. So
Right.
TikTok, maybe whatever the social media is one person getting highlighted does not represent the entire country or the entire community. So we should understand that, be aware of that, and not get provoked.
Yeah.
It should not be even a question.
Yeah.
You should think that, hey, just one person, and that is getting algorithm for some whatever reason. I'll reiterate that, for whatever reason that is getting algorithm and is going around, it's provoking.
It is.
Yeah.
It is getting
But
very viral.
you and I both know the
Yeah.
sentiments of the majority is
Yes.
not that.
Not that. Yes.
Right? You are next to me. Do I even feel your race?
No.
No.
You
Do
don't.
I'm next to you, do you even feel my race?
No. We don't even
Right?
talk about it. You
We
never
have
spoken
we
about
have
it.
been friends for years. This is like we are so close.
Yeah.
But yet so far.
Yeah.
Right? So this has been the story of each country. We were together. Right? But we were divided.
Yeah.
So this has created other fractions. So it gets complex. So very short answer, we need to understand why did this happen, right? So we need to understand the roots of it, all these things, and understand short and sweet. We have a history that we've been together,
Right.
and we share one culture,
Right.
with all these things. So we should be aware
Yeah.
of
We are in
what
harmony.
is happening around. We should be aware of what is happening around, right? And not get provoked by that 5% of the 100%.
I want to tell the same thing for the people. They're also getting provoked. That's why they're putting videos like that. So I think whatever you spoke now, whatever you said now, will fall to them also. It's a good advice to everybody. I think what you told now, it's such a good advice. You should not get provocated by someone's action. So I think even the guys who are putting videos like that, they also should not fall into this provocation. That's a nice thought that you put.
Because that has happened, and I'll tell you, the last thing that should happen is to India, right?
Not to us.
I mean, it has happened to us, right? Fortunately, we didn't, descramble ourselves so much, or we didn't to the extent of Nepal, to all these countries, right? So we should be aware of it, and we should not get provocated so much.
Thank you.
I'm
No.
trying to be very diplomatic.
No.
as
You
possible.
were not diplomatic. You were on a point where I clearly understand. See, if I can't understand, that is diplomatic. And Machang, it's okay. You know what? It's all that is diplomatic. But you had an answer. So now another one I want to ask you is that you have worked so much in this industry. You have contributed so much. You have so much going on. Last time when I used to travel from your studio to my home in the bus, I see a lot of hoardings. Everywhere I see Bathiya Santhush, Nipol, whatever the paint ads or whatever. And then I used to one day inside the bus, oh wow. So this is the guy that I spent 3 hours talking and doing work, and I'm coming back. It gives you that feeling, right? So you guys were very, very successful, and you're still successful. Have you gone through backstabbing? Have you gone through people doing things behind your back who are nice to your face? Like, let me know. Have you gone through backstabbing?
Wouldn't that happen? It'll happen, no?
It'll happen. Can you give me one situation or an example? No need to mention names. No need to mention
There have been
names.
many times, right? I think from day one when we came, we were not understood properly, right? Because we were slightly ahead of our time. And then during that
Way ahead
time,
of your time. Way
yeah,
ahead of your time.
because
Yeah.
So during that time, people didn't understand. People didn't understand our music. So therefore, there were a lot of negative attitudes towards the music. But then with time, when they realized that it was going on a different path, then jealousy got created, and competition. So all this backstabbing, all these things happen. But what is important is, I'm going to connect with all the questions you have asked me. What is important is not to get provoked
Oh.
by those things, right? Not let, because this nation, this whole South Asia, we've been blessed by a lot of philosophers
Yes,
and gurus who have understood life, and
yeah.
so that is our backbone. When the British came to conquer India,
So you don't want to answer my question?
I am going to answer this question, right? When the British came to conquer India, they said, we cannot conquer this land unless we, destroy their education, destroy their culture, destroy their philosophy, destroy their thinking, right? It will take 10,000 armies for us to, but this is, so that happened in India. So it had taken years for them to come back, and now they are uniting together with those, rich history and culture and all those things we have. So having those, yes, we need to understand jealousy could happen, right? Even at a personal level, or as a duo, or as a band, or as a company, or at a city level, or as a country, or as a thing, jealousy is there, all these things. But we should not get provoked and go in the wrong direction, nor do something, get envisaged and do something, right? Understand these things happen and move on with your, and not lose focus of the direction where you want to go, and move forward. There are times where people have stolen our music. There are times where people have stolen our same positioning. There are times where we have stolen our certain commercials. There are times people have basically pirated our music in
World market.
not in world market, right? They've taken like in lorries, right? 30,000-40,000 CDs.
But do you
right?
know them personally? Is my question.
Yeah,
You know them personally.
not personally. There was one particular situation. These lorries were going to Kandy, and I'm talking years ago.
Right.
And then police caught, and then they said that there is a lorry going like that, and we caught. So I mean, there are a lot of things that have happened, and then sometimes they smile to us and they try to be so nice to us, but within that, so a lot of things happen. But they say, okay, now this entire region is to do with Buddhism, right? We share,
yeah, we
Buddhism is
share
something we share in
everything.
the
Yeah.
entire region,
Mm.
right? It's not something Sri Lankan, right? It is stems from India, Nepal, right, where he was born. They say, Aiso, Labu Alabu Aiso Yaso, Ninda Prasansaja Sukkancha Dukka. Right? So there is profit loss, right? When there is, there is good, bad, right? There is justice, there is injustice, right? So, all these 8 things, right? So these things will happen, Cham.
Mm.
Is it not even a question to ask? It's
No,
going to happen to you, it's
is-
going to happen to me,
yeah.
but not to get provoked.
Yeah,
Right?
that is an advice that you're giving me, not to get provoked. But I'm asking you for a situation.
It does happen. So I
Do you
told
like
you
to,
early
do you
situations.
like to share one situation?
I told you, okay. I'll tell you one particular
one.
something like, let's say, you share this beautiful thought
Right.
of what you're going to do about the launch of your next album with a very close person you know.
Right.
And then you realize that person does it. So, like, oh, hello.
That means the
Or
entire album was.
sometimes you share some music, and then you realize that music has gone. I
Gone.
mean, not the same person, different person has gone. And, so this is a part of showbiz.
Yeah.
Right? They'll say, they'll openly go and say, don't listen to their music. Or like they say, or there are articles written, saying, so it happens. So you profit, labo ala boy. So yes, so people will praise you, people will insult you,
Right.
right? But so don't get too cool about all the good things. Then
Yeah.
when it happens, and get fathom too much, not be uncool to be very upset about it too much. Take it cool. Important thing is have your focus and we go, because there is so much out there.
Thank you so much. So we are in the last stage of this beautiful.
We haven't got started.
You got started. You want to go for another hour? My God! But it's a what do you call? When we have conversations, I always learned a lot from you, and you have always see. As I told you when I speak to Bathiya here. Bathiya and I are very close, we'll talk and all. එයා මට සමහරවිට මල්ලි මේ වාට තේරෙන්නේ මම කියන දේ ඔයා අහන්නෙත් නේ පොඩ්ඩක් එහෙම කියනවා කෙලින්ම. And then he will make me sit down and make me understand. But whenever I had a conversation with you, it is a conversation where you brief me the whole thing before you come into a conclusion. When I ask you a question, you always brief me and then you tell, do you understand? This is what I was telling you all this time for the small thing. It won't hit me now. Like when I go back home and I listen, then I understand, oh, this is actually the whole story, that it was elaborated. So likewise, I want to ask you another question that I want you to elaborate. Beautiful question. The question is, you're a married man now. Brother, like for example, I have never seen you guys collaborating together except
We
Bathiya.
have.
You both together in one song?
Yes.
Without Bathiya?
Yes.
You're done?
Have. Yes.
That means I'm outdated. I haven't seen. So how do you manage your family? How do you manage these things inside the house? I want a very quick, beautiful, crisp answer so that I can cut and put a shot on this.
It's like this.
I'm just kidding. You can talk.
Yeah.
You can talk. Yeah.
It's like this. Me and my brother, we grew up very, very close. And both of us had two parents who gave a lot of freedom for us to do whatever we wanted. And we were very close in the sense we could go and share anything with them.
Okay.
Right? It's a very close, beautiful family. We share anything with my mom to my father.
Right.
We were very, very close. Starting from day one. It has been very close. So, fame within the family, even before all these things, music, all this getting, to celebrity level or whatever you want to call it, right? There was a lot of love and celebration within the family. I'm not talking just the four of us. Before I married, my mother and my father and my brother, with four of us. Even with the extended family, we still have a group called the extended family, the WhatsApp group, right? So all of us, my aunts, all my aunts, the aunts and uncles, and it was a very celebrated, we would, celebrate each other's lives and a lot of love, right? So this whole thing actually has not mattered to them so much. Not to me, even to them, it has not mattered to them, right? Of course, they'll say something. Not hutapatta. They will take pride. They will love what, especially because all my aunts, they love music, right? And there was a way how my grandfather sang, how he loved music and everything. And at certain time, without me knowing, when I do those movements or sing like that,
right?
Puta, I was crying. I saw you look just like you when you sang that. I'm like, hello, I haven't seen that. You understand? So it's because they love music, right? And all of them can sing. So so that has been. So there is a lot of love, right? So this fame is the last thing that that
disturb your family.
Them. So within that, because so now. With me, my wife, let's say my children, right? I have never told my children, you should become musicians. Right? I never push them.
Right.
If they want to take up music, they should take up music for the sheer reason. And right now, Bati and myself, both of us, we do our own thing.
Right.
So finding time is not a difficult thing, especially during let's say when you're making an album, and there are certain times how musicians and this industry gets busy. But there are times, let's say I take my son to school every day. even if I come 2 in the morning or whatever, I take him to school, right? And then so even today, right, I just dropped him for a class and I came here,
Oh,
right? So we have a very close relationship, right? I share certain things, right? And so with regard to art, culture, music, certain, sometimes my wife could have a different opinion about certain things of how I see music, and how that is different, right? Might have, but at the end of the day, there is no complexity, or in the sense of, there is no it's been an easy ride, and I have been an artist. Art is important to me, right? If I am making a creation, I go into that, and that during that time, that is priority for me.
very good.
That is art to me.
Yeah. So your family understands who you are and they give you that space and you
Sometimes they
manage,
will understand, sometimes they might not understand,
but they won't pressure you.
right? There are sometimes they'll pressure, they might not pressure. As an artist, that is the temperament you need. There is no perfect. I told you earlier, there is no perfect sense, right? There are supportive times, not sometimes you might not find that support. But as an artist, when I'm making that song, when I'm trying to make that creation, I see what's going to happen. So within that is priority for me at that time, right? So there are times people around you, sometimes they sacrifice.
Yeah.
That is there. Being with artists, musicians, if you are not in line with what they're thinking, yes, knowingly, unknowingly, there is a sacrifice that happens.
Super.
Right?
Nice.
So that's the world of an artist.
Yeah, very good. I got your answer. But anyway, I want to say, like, you are one of the artists, very controversies leave the political things aside, but you have stayed very clean, and you have built such a beautiful team around you, and your persona is always beautiful. And I had the delight and the pleasure talking to you, Santhosh Ayya. And thank you so much being that great gentleman, explaining so much. And I felt like I was talking to Sadhguru at
Very funny.
but ආදරෙන් කියන්නේ බොහොම ස්තුතියි අද ආවට. And
Thank you very much.
thank you.
බොහොම
And
ආදරෙයි.
yeah, and I want you to
පස්සට
stay.
යවුවට, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
நன்றி.
நன்றி. And I want you to stay இதே மாதிரி எப்பயுமே அழகா சூப்பரா ஸ்டைலா I want you to be like this.
நான் தமிழ் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம்
கொஞ்சம்
தெரியுமா?
கொஞ்சம் அந்த கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் கடன்னோனே. Honestly,
I think
everybody
even
should
last
start.
time I said the same thing.
No, if I can speak good Sinhala, you should be able to speak good Tamil by now. I'm going to teach you again. Mama is Anyway, thank you, Ayya. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Stay blessed, and stay blessed, and stay, you've been this rooted person, and you've taken what, this land out there.
Thank you.
And
You also, all inspired
please
by.
make our country proud, and make this region proud,
Thank you.
and take music to the world.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you so
Ayya.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.